back to the ring, get our six-man tag team bout underway. And introducing, ladies and gentlemen, first from Monterrey, Mexico, weighing 234 pounds, arriba, Luis Martinez. And from Mooresville, North Carolina, weighing 229 pounds, the world's junior heavyweight champion, Nelson Royal. And from Atlanta, Georgia, weighing 242 pounds, the WWS heavyweight champion, Captain Ed George. Their opponent first from Los Angeles, California, weighing 246 pounds, Johnny Davis. And from Johannesburg, South Africa, weighing 298 pounds, the Magnificent Zulu. And from Indianapolis, Indiana, weighing 243 pounds, Bulldog Don Kent. And my apologies, because in all that, with all those people to introduce, I forgot to introduce George Cannon, the manager of Ed George, Luis Martinez, Nelson Royal. Well, actually, more precisely, he's just the manager of Captain Ed George, so I'm sure he'll have some advice for the other members of this tag team combination. Okay, a six-man tag. I tell you what, it's not very often that we see a six-man tag in an arena, much less on television. A lot of people looking forward to seeing this happen today on Big Time Wrestling. My thanks, and I'm sure yours go also to the promoter for signing his six-man tag team bout. Always something up his sleeve to keep us on our toes. Well, Nelson Royal wanted a little piece of Bulldog Don Kent, and finally Davis tagged off to the Bulldog. Kent and Royal lock up in the referee hold. People coming alive. On the move, down goes Nelson Royal. A second time. Here goes Kent again. This time, though, he's caught with an arm drag. Hits off, takedown. All in one. Now John Davis, a little bit of a bigger guy, going to come in, and he's going to see what he can do with Nelson Royal. Referee holds side headlock into the corner, tag off to Luis Martinez. Louis in. He's got a hold of that headlock on Big John Davis. There goes Louis. Down goes Davis. Louis on the move again. Davis goes down a second time. And Louis right there with that side headlock. And now let's see what the captain can do. The captain in the ring. Captain Ed George, the people's choice. He is in the ring. And down goes John Davis. Side headlock taken by Captain Ed George. People cheering along at that side headlock. As Ed George goes to town on John Davis. Tag off to Nelson Royal. Punch. Nelson Royal going to do a little of that to John Davis. That's the cause of the cauliflower ears. That is the move that's primarily responsible for creating those swollen ears that are the trademark of many wrestlers. Uh-oh, in the enemy territory is Luis Martinez. He's got Kent working on him. Davis, meanwhile, tags off behind him to Magnificent Zulu. Haven't seen Zulu for quite some time. Zulu, the proud possessor. There's a headbutt from Zulu. Doesn't put Louis down, though. There's the bear hug from Zulu, and in comes Ed George and Nelson Royal. They break this up nice and quick. Zulu, the proud possessor of one of the most fantastic physiques in pro wrestling. Zulu, we understand, is very much improved. Since last we saw him, we'll have to watch and find out. He's got Ed George in the bear hug now. Nelson Royal and Louis are in, though. They break it up. Boy, this action, I don't know how I'm going to keep on top of this. It's hard enough sometimes with just two guys, but you got six. Nelson Royal in the ring with Magnificent Zulu. He's got his side headlock on Zulu. Zulu picks it right up off his feet, though, and down he goes. Drops right on his back. Nelson Royal, with a look of amazement on his face, doesn't quite believe that that happened to him. Royal and Zulu. Off the rope goes Royal. He's caught with a bear hug. Zulu's quite adept at getting that bear hug on his opponent, isn't he? That's about the fourth or fifth time he's gotten that bear hug applied so far. That's a credit to Zulu, because most wrestlers will try to avoid that at all costs. Luis Martinez going right behind the man. Takes him down off his feet. And Zulu, once off his feet, is pretty much helpless. Here comes Louis, though. Bounces right off the Zulu down onto the canvas. Nelson Royal is tagged, and he comes. Into the corner they go. Kent is in now. Kent and Nelson Royal. These two have had quite a series of encounters in various places around the country in the last several weeks. Former tag team partners now on opposite sides of that ring. I'll have to tell you that story someday when we got a little more time. Down goes Nelson Royal. Over the top of Kent, though. Nice move from Nelson Royal. Up in the air with a flying head scissors, and over comes Bulldog Don Kent. George Cannon in the corner with a look of approval on his face. There's George Cannon, keeping an eye on things. He's got a lot to keep an eye on. Welcome, there's a lot of George Cannon to do that. George Cannon, probably one of the top 2 or 3 most successful managers in professional wrestling over the years. He has managed more champions or more championship tag team combinations than any other manager has. Currently, under his guidance is Captain Ed George. As a matter of fact, it was just a couple of weeks after George Cannon purchased the contract with George that Ed George won that WWF Championship at the conclusion of a hard-fought tournament. Speaking of a lot of hard fighting, a lot of energy in this ring today. 6 top wrestlers. The Magnificent Zulu, John Davis, and Bulldog Don Kent against Nelson Royal, Ed George, and Luis Martinez. Davis in illegally, referee orders him out. What he did, though, was effective in that it turned the tables and allowed Kent to gain the advantage on Nelson Royal. The referee urges John Davis to stay out of the ring, out of the action. The Bulldog drops Royal throat first across that top rope. Thank God that Royal was where he was and could tag out. That is a rough way to go. Throat first over that top rope. One of Don Kent's favorite moves. Bulldog just loves to use that particular move on an opponent, and that should speak pretty well of the character of Bulldog Don Kent. Look at these two, Ed George and Bulldog Don Kent. Hey, those 2 names have been on a lot of main events lately. You can be sure that absolutely nothing has been settled between Ed George and Bulldog Don Kent also. Still a lot of hard feelings there. Luis Martinez outsmarts John Davis. Puts him down with a well-placed punch. Right in there between the eyes. Nelson Royal gets ready, and Davis meets up with Nelson's shoulder first. Nelson in now. After the tag from Luis Martinez. Davis throwing some hard fists into Nelson Royal. Caught him a nice one on the jaw there. Fist, of course, still legal. Knuckle portion anyway. The side of the fist is legal. That is a distinction a lot of wrestlers, though, will go a long way to get around. They'll use that fist, and when the referee catches him, they'll say, oh, no, I just threw to the side of the fist. You didn't see that, yes? Drop kick from Nelson Royal, and boy, Davis went halfway across the ring, just about out onto the floor, into the laps of the people at ringside, which I'm sure ladies and gentlemen, while we've got some time in this fall, while you're watching all this great action, I want to take just a moment to talk to you about the thing that's on your screen right now. We're talking specifically to you members and secretaries of any groups, civic clubs, organizations. If any of you would like to bring big-time wrestling to your city or community, raise those much-needed funds for your club's treasury, hey, big-time wrestling is the way to do it. And if you want all the information, talk to the man who's done it for so many people in the past, the man who's raised so much money for so many different groups around the area. The man to talk to and write to, whichever, is Mike Colonis. There's the address and the phone number on your screen. You can write down that address and phone number, give him a call, and you'll be on your way to a truly enjoyable evening when you bring big-time wrestling to your town. Mike Colonis is the man who can get it done for you. You can reach him by writing that address or calling that phone number. If you didn't get it today, you tune in next week. We'll have it for you once again. Back to the ring, though. Six-man tag team action in progress on Big Time Wrestling. John Davis against Captain Ed George. Davis with the side headlock. George got a hold of him, though. It looks like he's maybe trying to throw him off. Davis. Let's see. Uh-oh. Davis caught with a fist. That punch of Ed George is the most devastating in professional wrestling. You don't have to take my word for that. Just ask some people that he's wrestled, and they'll tell you. Well, we've got how many? 5 in the ring. Don Kent on the outside. I can't sort them all out. We've got Zulu making some time with his headbutts, though. Ed George is doing okay for himself. Yeah, looks like your favorite sort of got the best of that particular little situation. Maybe the guys on your screen right now, in that corner anyway, that left-hand corner, will think twice before. Oh, I guess they won't. We've got 5 of them in a gift. Kent's still on the outside. He knows when he's good off, I guess. Well off. He's going to stay on the outside. Funny new expression. Kent with some fists on the outside of Nelson Royal. Ed George catches Davis along with Luis Martinez. Double fist from Davis. Boy, that knocked the you-know-what out of him. The other corner, though, Nelson Royal's in a bad way. He's being double-teamed by Bulldog Don Kent of the Magnificent Zulu. We've got 4 in there now. Davis has had enough. He's going to stay outside with Kent. That Kent is he's a threat, though, in or out of the ring. Bulldog waited for his chance, so he came in. Got Luis Martinez. Well, gee, we've got quite a thing going on in the ring now. All 6 men. Zulu forced to relinquish his bear hug on Nelson Royal. Luis Martinez got a hold of Kent now, trying to get him anyway. Referee Pat Shane is he's doing a pretty good job, I guess, for all that he's got to contend with here. Nelson Royal caught John Davis. Knee left. They've got Davis going now. Nelson Royal does. There's the bulldogging maneuver. Very successful hold, a submission maneuver. Let's see if it does the trick. Yeah. Nelson Royal, a little help from his friend. The winners of this tag team match, the combination of Captain Ed George, Luis Martinez, and Nelson Royal. Super action.
Real good. And guess what? We're going really
great action.